Okay, Pisces, your current desires for the month of September. We have the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups is a strong water energy, so I'm assuming this is you, Pisces, but it could also be that you're dealing with a Cancer or Scorpio. But it's really about you and your emotions. Emotions are strong in the month of September. However, in your emotions, you are about your profession or about your influence. So it's not all about, yes, it's about emotions. Emotions are very important and you do not want to neglect that at all. But you're also about your vision, your dream, your goal, your plan, how you want to affect and make an impact on humanity. It could be your job. It could be something that you volunteer. It could be music. It could be art. But I feel that you're really blending your ambitions with your emotions in the month of September. For some of you, it could be that you're really ready to meet somebody because this is kind of a romantic card. It's about this person that you're desiring that is not only ambitious, but they're also very caring. They're very loving. They're very supportive of you. Maybe this is what you want to be. Maybe this is your energy towards someone else, that you're really about, fulfilling your goals and dreams, but being supportive of someone else's career goal, dreams, or ambition. But there is a strong desire with this card for partnership and partnering with someone that can combine the strong masculine leadership, authoritative energy with the highest vibration of emotion. And that's a beautiful balance. And if you can do that, Pisces, all things are possible for you, really. This could be about you meeting that person, and whoever that person is, you feel that they're going to be important to you achieving all that you can achieve and for you accomplishing what you want to accomplish. So I do feel for some of you that it's through this partnership that you feel like you will be more successful. And that's not for everybody. But you and this person, you have an objective, you have a goal. Maybe you're, working on a business together. And the core desires is about giving, is about caring for other people, truly helping other people, being very genuine and easygoing. So I think this is a beautiful energy for you, Pisces, because it's a high vibrational rate. It's a very high vibrational rate. It's about you wanting to be kind of the best aspects of your sign. Because don't get it twisted, Pisces is powerful. That, yes, they go with the flow, but you're stronger than you know. And so I love how there's kind of this masculine energy with the water, because it's like you have that water, the feminine, with the masculine teacher helper. I mean, that's a great combo. So as far as your valuing, identifying with, we have the Wheel of Fortune or the Wheel of Life. And does this surprise me? No, because Pisces, you are already connected with the universe. You're connected with all of the energies that most people aren't even aware of. And so what's beautiful about this is this month, you're like bringing it down to earth. You are making sense of all these connections that you have, of all this insight that you have. You are taking your spiritual knowledge and you're applying it practically and saying, where am I at? Where am I truly at? And that can be hard for Pisces to do because they do dream so much. But I do feel like the month of September is going to be productive, actually productive for you. And there's a sense of empowerment. As you can see, there's like the finger. There is the finger, and it's about you deciding. You are taking ownership. You are taking responsibility. You are aware of your power. You're aware of your ability, and you're saying, this is where I want to direct it. It's also a 10. So like I said, you're looking at your whole kind of life purpose, life calling. You're looking at the big picture. You're not just thinking about where you want to go to lunch next week. You're thinking about, what is my spiritual purpose for being here? What are the relationships? Do I have the type of relationships that are where I want to be? Is my gifts and talents being utilized to the best of my ability? How is my health? How is my family and my friends? How are my physical desires, et cetera, et cetera. So as far as the challenge or the obstacle or the distraction, very interesting. We have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is, this can be a friend, Pisces, to be honest, because she is a friend. There could be an issue with a friend this month, and this could be a fiery energy. It could be an Aries, Sag, or Leo, or it could just be someone that's fiery. It has a strong feminine energy, and maybe this is someone that you normally can depend on, but maybe for the month of September, it's just they're not as reliable as you had hoped. Maybe this person is just so busy that they're not really able to connect. So for some of you, it could be a friend. For others of you, it could be a boss or someone that you work with that's just, a thorn in your side. And for others of you, because this is a general reading, it could be an issue of confidence, because she's incredibly confident. She's warm, she's caring, she's also very decisive. So it could be an issue of, feeling confident, feeling decisive. That could be an illusion or a doubt in the month of September. So some type of fire energy could be a little bit of a possible challenge. Okay, so the strategy, the path to take, very, very interesting. We have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is all about career change. So some of you, we have the professor who's kind of in career, or the professional, and we also have the Eight of Pentacles, which is all about, possible career change for some of you. Now, granted, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to change careers, but what this does talk about is it talks about you kind of thinking about other options and looking at things maybe in a different light. For others of you, there could be a new career in the works, like you're actually working on something totally new. Maybe you're just expanding your current skills and your disciplines. And the reason I feel that this is happening is because you're looking at the big picture and you're seeing what needs to change, what you can implement, what you can tweak. But whatever you decide on here is going to be very helpful for you, because it's going to be a key in the manifestation of your goals and dreams. Whatever, you thinking outside the box, you getting some inspiration or some insight, having conversations. There's a subtle shift in energy. And because it's an earth sign, this may not be like a flash of insight. It may not be like this dramatic, intense thing. This is subtle. This is just kind of like, that's food for thought. If this is the strategy to take, an earth sign, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn might be really good energy for you this month to kind of have a conversation. But it just shows a subtle shift in energy, and that you're kind of thinking about some different types of directions. Where could you take this? How could you tweak this? It's really about you, Pisces, thinking differently about what you're currently doing or even what you want to do. I feel that you might be looking in a new direction for growth. Maybe you've been successful, but you're like, I want more. It's like, it's not even really about the success for you, Pisces. It's about the spiritual growth, the spiritual process, the connection to God, the universe, the impact that you make on the world. That's what feeds your soul. And so how can you do that? How can you push even more? How can you expand even more? Those are the types of actions that I feel like are really going to feed your soul and your goal and your dream in the month of September. This card, the Eight of Pentacles, this is actually a strong financial card. So some of you might be, cha-ching, or that that's going to be part of your future, because the Eight of Pentacles is about inheritances, passing on of money. It's an 8 and it's a pentacle, so it's material wealth. Or like I said, you already have been successful, Pisces. You already have some material resources that you've gained. But the main thing I'm feeling here is this is a month of learning and you being more open-minded. Okay, so very interesting. The attitude to have for yourself and others, we have the Four of Swords. So as you can see, this lady here is in a glass jar. And what I'm getting here is that if some of you have been dealing with an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, it's almost like you're not having that this month. You're like hiding away from their energy. Maybe air signs, you just need a break from someone that's an air sign. This could also be a mental break because it's represents the logic in the mind and your thought processes. This just might be you needing a break, Pisces. You need to isolate yourself, withdraw. And Pisces is a sign that, you know, because you absorb so much energy of those around you, of the environment, of the universe, you have to have solitude. It's like critical. It's very important for you to withdraw. And the month of September, it looks like that is the right attitude for you to have. You need this. You've got a lot of creative projects underway here. And because of that, you need to have time to reflect, to recharge, to connect with God, yourself, your spirit, your intuition. For some of you, like I said, I feel like swords or air signs, you're just like, you're retreating from, you're pulling back, you're isolating yourself. And for some of you, I feel like because you are such a dreamer, you're so creative and a visionary in many ways, with that high sensitivity, you have undoubtedly had some setbacks. You've had some pain, some adversity, some failure. When you have such a high sensitivity and a frequency, you know, this world can be a harsh place. So because of that, even if you're moving forward, Pisces, even if you're progressing, this is going to be necessary for you. You have to detach. You have to detach from those events and you have to retreat inside for comfort. You may need rest. You may need recovery. Like I said, recharging the batteries after a period of struggle, stress, or strain. And maybe this hasn't even been in the last few months. Maybe this was a year ago, but whatever that situation was, is it impacted you. It wounded your soul in some way. And maybe you haven't completely healed. And so September is going to be a good month for you to kind of comfort yourself. I feel that there's so much, you're storing up, Pisces. You're storing up. The world, you know, in the next few months or year or whatever, you're going to unleash beauty, creativity, magic on the world. For now, you might be too weary to participate because of these wounds. That's okay. That's okay. Don't judge yourself. Take that time for rejuvenation. Take that time to regroup before you set out again. You have to. That's part of your gift. Don't beat yourself up for that. Because the outcome is one of my favorite cards, and it totally fits you. The Seven of Cups. Imagination, intuition. You are the master. And this is you, Pisces. This is your artistic, creative connection with the divine. We have the number 7. I feel like that's God's number. That's maybe just me. But this is like you being connected with God in the universe. And you're going to have so many options available to you. It's like infinite options, infinite opportunities. And, you know, because of this time that you're taking for yourself, it's about you. Your imagination is going to be very alive, very active. You might be a little overwhelmed by it all. It's like, you have all these, all this potential and, but you're like, how do I direct this? It could be a little overwhelming, but you're really going to eventually narrow down the options and become more grounded. But by the end of the month, I feel like there's going to be some excitement. There's going to be anticipation into what this new thing that you are birthing. You're going to have a lot of imaginative power. Your cup is going to be charged. You're going to be at a 7. So it could be career change, relationship change. Like I said, we got the wheel here. You might have a fire energy and an air energy that kind of, but for the most part, this is about you. This is about you charging yourself up because you have so much to offer. So if you have been hurt, if you have been wounded, just know that God loves you, and you know, he can work all things out for you to be of your highest benefit, which you never knew would be possible. I know it doesn't make sense to us on our rational mind, but just keep the faith, keep the belief. If you've gone through something painful, you've gained wisdom. Once you come out of that, you're going to gain insight and wisdom to help other people that desperately need the help. So just love yourself, soothe yourself, know how beautiful of a soul you are.